Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, I mean. Hey, there's Maria.
Morning po.
Hello. Hi, Mike. You are the host now, Mike.
Okay po, okay po.
Let me see if I could get this.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, ma'am. Good morning po.
Good morning po sa lahat.
Looks like we have a few people today. That's good. I see Maria.
Good morning, Ma'am Ellen.
Good morning. You
I'm
woke
with
up early
Christine
today,
as well.
this morning on a Saturday, huh?
Yeah, because I remember
Well,
I
thank you.
didn't make my promise last time, so.
I just woke up,
Anyway.
Doc, at 6 o'clock.
Oh yeah. Well, I'm sorry I was 5 minutes late because my alarm was on silent. So good thing I looked up and I'm like, oh my gosh. Anyway, I was already up, but I didn't realize it was already time. Let me see who else is here. We got a lot of new ones. Oh, Arnell, okay.
Yeah, my mom's joining us as well to Ma'am Ellen.
Is she? Well, that's good. I'm glad.
Mhm.
Is she already in?
She should be on her way now.
Yeah,
She's already
I
signed
just
up.
accepted her, ma'am.
You see her? Yeah,
Oh,
we have a few
nice.
today.
Yeah, I accepted
I'm
her,
looking for Mr. Marcus. If Marcus is Mr. Nelson. You see
Yeah.
Mr. Marcus?
Good morning, Ma'am Ellen.
Good morning. Who's that? Who's saying that?
Christine.
Christine.
Mom,
All right, there
just
you
so
are.
tired.
Did you see the pictures I have posted from our visit?
Yeah. Well, she's just so tired because she watched the ball game last night.
Yeah,
Oh,
at
what time
the
did you get
Nemo
home?
Vista. That
Yeah, what
was
time did you get home?
That was a
Regional.
semifinal game,
Ooh.
regional, and then so I went there and watched the bowl game tonight. Then also have the bowl game for the championship against Clarendon.
Oh wow. So did they win then their game last night?
Uh-huh.
So
Oh,
they
good
went.
job.
They won against Marvel, so it's cool.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, that's a big accomplishment there.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Good morning, Miss Bailey.
Oh, Miss Lisa's here. My BFF.
Good morning, Miss Lisa.
Let me see.
Good morning, Ma'am Lisa, Ma'am Bailey. Welcome
Oh,
po.
there you go. There she is. Lisa,
Good
thank you
morning.
for waking up and joining us.
Good morning.
was,
Good morning.
Morning. I need to see you this week because I'm going to get my car cleaned and I want to see you. So look at the PowerPoint.
I'm right up there with getting the car clean. Well, thanks a lot.
No. No, I go to Mountain Home, so we're going to meet halfway.
Okay.
No, I guess I should have done it. I want to go see you and then get my car cleaned. That's what I meant.
Okay. All right. I'm like being at the top of the list there. Thank you.
I love you too. But anyway, all right. So I'm waiting on, did you say you know Marcus Nelson, right? I'm waiting for him.
I met him several years ago at the KIPP school when he was principal there. Yes. He may
Yeah.
not remember me because we worked in a group with Arkansas A+.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not sure if he'd remember me, but he was the principal at KIPP when we came and supported them. We did a week of PD with them with all the strategies from Arkansas A+, incorporating the arts into the curriculum.
That's great. Yeah, KIPP is a good school.
Yeah.
I was thinking the teachers might, if they have questions to an administrator, he will be good to answer that.
Oh yeah,
Any of the questions. Yeah.
for sure. Yeah.
So I don't know, Mike, did you notice if Marcus is here? I just missed him.
Not yet po, Doc.
Not yet. Okay. We have how many people do we have? 18? 16. That's good.
17, Doc. Yes, we
Yeah.
have 17.
So we're waiting on Marcus. Lisa, do you have anything to share with the group? Anything at all that you know, like more of a tip for those that want to come and want to teach in the US?
Welcome, welcome, welcome. We need you. We look forward to having you. Arkansas is a great place to work. Education in Arkansas has been a priority for several years. When Dr. McCullough and I worked at the Department of Ed several years ago, we saw from kind of the top down how education was important to the governing offices, you know, in Arkansas, and nobody takes this role lightly. I'll just be honest, I've done this forever, seems like, in a lot of different roles, but there is nothing more rewarding than teaching. And yes, you face challenges, and yes, there are difficulties, but you know, that's true for any job. I mean, that there's not a job that you can do that's not going to give you some challenges. But what you get from teaching is so much more than what you get from any other profession. My hope, and from the governor that we have now, Governor Sanders, is increasing the pay for Arkansas teachers.
And it got passed, it passed Wednesday.
Yes, and so my hope is that with that pay increase, we'll draw more qualified people like yourselves to this profession, and you'll be not only rewarded emotionally, but also rewarded financially for investing your time with our students.
Yeah, it was the starting salary for Arkansas teachers used to be $36,000 when you graduate. Now it's going to be $50,000.
Yes.
So that's 2.5 million pesos a year.
Huge.
Yeah,
Huge difference.
That's for starting. And so for those that do not have 50,000, you're going to get $2,000. So those that are already here, like Mike and Maria and them, you're going to get $2,000 instead of like getting it up to the 50. They're just going to give everybody else 2,000. But anybody that starts will be 50,000.
Yeah.
So that's kind of, you know, it sounds unfair to some people, but you know,
yeah,
I'm glad that they're doing something.
Old people like me, it sounds unfair.
Yeah, no.
But I'm very happy. I'm very happy for beginning teachers. My only concern with it is about retaining the teachers that we already have, that have, you know, these years of experience. You know, if they're not, I'm sorry, that's my dog snoring. I don't know what to tell you.
Okay.
But you know, if we're not investing in the people that we currently have, it may be difficult to keep those people, you know, to retain people.
I'm hearing
so I'm hoping that, I'm hoping that 2,000 is just the start for, you know, establishing an ongoing raise for each of the teachers who, you know, if you've taught for 10 years, maybe they could put something in place where you get such a, you know, such and such a raise after 10 years, or such and such a raise after 15 years, or something like that, because that's the only way I think that it's going to be equitable for the people who are already in the system.
Right. Right, because they might still be making less than 50 and they have already put in so many years.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
especially if they didn't have their masters.
I think that's going to be the big discrepancy here for sure.
Yeah. I heard that there was a lot of, you know, really arguments on Wednesday before the vote. Like most of the superintendents, all of the superintendents were watching it. And then some of them were in person there. And there were a lot of debates going on because that's a lot of funding. And they're also talking about, you know, having schools with small population, certain number.
Consolidate.
They need to be merging with smaller ones.
Well, my understanding is that Governor Sanders wants county schools.
It sounds like it. It's gonna go like that because like Salem, we have about 800, and then Viola doesn't have much, and then Mammoth don't have much. So, you know, luckily for us, we are the county seat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I don't know. That would mean kids being bused way too far,
Early.
way too much time on a bus. And that's, that's one thing if you've got a high school student, but it's another thing if you're starting a kid out in kindergarten and they're riding the bus for an hour and a half one way every day. I think that's way too much.
Yeah. So that's gonna be, I think what they say 2-3 years from now is what they were
Yeah.
saying.
2025, 26. So 2 years.
Yeah, but the money part, the 36,000 to 50 is coming on like immediately, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I'm real anxious to see how that turns out. My worry is that people who are already in will get disheartened because there's going to be people with less experience making more money.
Yeah. And they said that they have people that are already doing T-drop that are deciding to like, oh, let me just retire.
Yep.
I don't want to mess with this. So
Yeah.
we may be seeing some seasoned teachers leaving,
Yeah, that's why my hope is that the legislature will see the problem with that. I'm in total agreement that new teachers need to be paid that kind of money. I don't even think that's enough.
Yeah.
But I also feel like the people who have been in education in Arkansas for, a number of years should be rewarded. So we'll just see what they do.
Yeah, because usually the step, the yearly raise is about $600 to $800.
Yeah.
So you're talking, 14,000. So that's a lot. That's like, somebody with 20 years difference,
Yeah,
more
it's
than
almost
that.
like a slap in the face to the people who have 20 years in education.
Uh-huh.
Because if they're not going to compensate them accordingly, and I realize they couldn't do that all at once, but
Right. Not
there
enough
needs
money.
there needs to be something in place to stay in it. It's one thing to get a degree and start teaching. It's another thing to stay in it for 10 or 20 or, almost 40 years here.
I'm listening to the conversation because I was about this law because I did not know what opportunities will it make for teachers from the Philippines, will it be less need or more need, depending on what the teachers will do. So if they decide to just quit or go to another profession, there might be more needs.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Well, right here, my local high school, they have 11 openings at the high school for next year already.
Really? But they always have a lot of applicants there, right? In Harrison?
Yeah.
Yeah, you do.
But I think it's going on. I think it's going on everywhere.
Yeah. Well, Lisa, by the way, Mike works for Virtual Arkansas. Mike is one of the facilitator at Helena.
Hello, Mike. I'm so happy to meet you.
Hello, Ma'am Lisa.
Yeah. So Virtual Arkansas had a visit with you guys this week, huh?
Yes, Doc. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
I'm just facilitating the students and monitoring them, and I'm also updating them about their status and their grades.
Yeah, well, that's good.
That's good. I'm glad somebody's staying on top of that.
Yeah. How does that work
thank
for
you.
next year, Lisa? Do you think they will do a face-to-face or would that still be the same as Virtual Arkansas thing? How does that work?
Where at
Helena, for example, Mike is just
just at
facilitating right now.
Yeah, I figured they'll probably stay with that, or at least some of those students. One of the things that Virtual Arkansas does is offer courses that smaller schools are not able to provide and can't find teachers for. And so because Mike is willing to facilitate, then he may have students who are doing different courses, so he's kind of on top of making sure that they're on target and that they're pacing themselves correctly and that they're taking tests when they are supposed to take tests and they're logging in when they're supposed to log in. And so they may be taking, a bunch of different courses.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, Doc. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Because currently I'm handling the Spanish class, and I think we have 2 classes there. Because every time I'm checking the attendance, the students are telling, Mr. Roca, the other students are on the other class.
Mm-hmm. So did Marcos ever show up? Is Marcos in yet?
I don't see him.
Okay, maybe he
Yes,
forgot.
Doc. Didn't see him also, Doc.
Okay, yeah. So Mike, share with us, this is your second week in Arkansas. Share with us some things that you learned or some culture shock that you found.
Yes, no. Currently, I can consider myself a lucky guy there because they're always telling, "Oh, you don't have any preparation.
No lesson
You're not
planning.
preparing the lesson plans, the visual aids, or the PowerPoint. I'm just checking all the attendance of the students."
So he thinks it's so
And
easy job, Lisa.
yeah, yeah. And about the culture, I telling to others, maybe this coming school year will be the real battle.
Yeah, so right now you are well adjusted immediately after 2
Yes,
weeks.
yes, yes.
Yeah. So,
And
you have to tell them about the things that you have to take care of paperwork wise when you first got here, because this is something that they're gonna have to take care of for the new teachers.
for the new teachers, I guess, aside from the money, right? You will not be homesick here because all the teachers here are Filipino. And the teachers in Central High School, even in the district office, are very accommodating. They are all kind. They are all good.
Supportive.
Especially when I met Mr. Mr. McGee, the superintendent.
Dr. McGee,
He is
yeah,
very
Dr. McGee.
kind. Yeah, he is
Mhm,
very kind.
mhm.
You will not be intimidated because he's very approachable. He's very approachable. Even the principal, the teachers also in the Central High School.
Mhm. And then he had to get your social security number. What else was it?
Yes, yes. In just 2 weeks, I got everything. Even though, even my credit card, I got it yesterday.
He's happy about that. So you have social
Yes.
security number. What else?
I got my state ID
Yeah.
already, my state ID, and I have also my bank account,
Mhm.
and I got my first salary last
You
Wednesday,
did. That's
last
good.
Thursday.
Was it
Yes.
you expected? Was it more than the Qatar salary, I hope? More than the Qatar one?
Yes, yes,
Okay.
yes.
Yeah.
Even in the Philippines, and my wife is here, and she's very happy that she received my first salary.
That's very nice. And Lisa, his wife is also a teacher, so we're trying to get her here too. Yeah. So anyway, all right. Well, Maria, tell us
And
some good news from you, Maria. Maria's got a new boyfriend.
Oh, there's so much revelation in here, huh?
let's
But it's
Anyway,
also
celebrate for
nice
that,
to
Mama
try
Marie.
other things.
this is year 2 for Maria. She's a pioneer now. She's year 2.
Doc,
Mhm.
can we, I have something to tell. Okay,
Go ahead.
let us greet Doc a happy birthday because we missed her birthday last Saturday.
Well, thank
Happy
you.
birthday.
Oh yeah.
Happy
Thank
birthday,
you.
Doc. Happy birthday, Doc.
Thank you. I had COVID, so it wasn't my birthday. So that was that was pretty bad, but it's okay. Thank you. That was lots of greetings online, which made me feel, blessed and special, I guess. Thank you so much for
And Miss Dina
arrived
will come
today.
here will arrive on Friday, on next Friday.
I thought she arrived yesterday, no? She arrived yesterday?
No, ma'am. March 3.
Oh, okay. So it's next Friday. Okay. For some reason,
Yes,
I
Doc.
thought it was this week. Okay. So we have that, that's the second one. We have 2 more after that. And do you know when Dr. Johnson and April will be coming?
Yeah, Ma'am April is here. Ma'am April,
Oh, yeah. Okay.
give us
April,
an
you can
update,
talk
Ma'am
to us then.
April.
Hello, Doc.
Yeah,
Good
hello.
morning.
Good morning. Hey,
Good
you
morning.
excited
Happy
about coming here
birthday.
now?
Yeah, I'm excited and a bit sad.
Oh, why? You're gonna miss your family, you mean?
Yeah, because I'll be missing my kids and the
Yeah.
whole family.
How many
Yeah,
kids do you
actually,
have?
I have 3.
Oh,
I have 3 kids, Doc. Yeah, I
Mm.
have twins. They are 5 already, and I have my baby, one and a half.
whoa, that's rough. That's rough to leave them
Yeah.
that young. Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
Doc.
Yeah.
Actually, we are planning to book by March 17th,
Okay. So the
right?
middle of
Cervical,
you'll be
yeah,
here before spring break. You'll be
the
here.
spring break.
Yeah.
Yes, yes.
Okay. Well, that will give
Yeah,
you
so we
time
can
to
relax.
yeah, relax. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that will be good. Dina
So
and
that's
you
what
can come with
we are planning.
yeah.
Yes. So we can still prepare things before the school started again after the spring break.
Well, if you and Dina don't have plans or whoever's here, you can come to my house because Abby and
Yeah.
Abby and
Yes,
and
Doc.
Leslie
Thank
were
you.
planning to come. Yeah. I think yeah.
We're excited.
Yeah, that's exciting. Okay, back to Maria. Maria, what are you planning to do for spring break?
Yes, back to Maria.
Back to me. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, back to you.
I'm still finishing my thesis.
Mhm.
So
For your masters.
yeah, I'm trying to finish it as soon as I can. And also my plan is to go with my boyfriend's family in Biloxi in Mississippi if I can finish it. So that's the goal. I feel like it's also nice to have a break
Mhm.
from work. So
Mhm.
I'm really trying to get that opportunity to spend time during
Yeah.
spring break.
When are you supposed to defend your thesis?
It got moved again because of like there are just some things that I need to work on with my paper since I'm still writing. Most probably I'll be defending it before the spring break. So
Well, that would be
I'm
good. That
hoping
way
that it won't be
you can
moved
relax.
again.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I need to relax and also we need to work on some paperwork.
Well, good luck on
Mhm.
that because I know that's a big deal, and then you'll be done with your masters. Good job.
Right.
You'll
So
get a
to
raise.
those who are gonna come here soon, like you better spend really your time with the breaks
Mhm.
because that's distressing.
Yeah. Yeah, but the culture shock is really interesting, right? Because it felt like forever already. But Maria, I remembered your first night here. You were really, you
Crying.
were calling me and you were crying.
Yeah, calling you, crying, felt alone in my apartment. I mean,
Yeah.
like since I was still the only, baby from you, so
Yeah,
it really
for
felt
the first one, yeah.
different.
So
Yeah.
that was interesting. Yeah, Lisa, she was the first one that I ever brought here. So she was like the pioneer. And so her first apartment, she was the very first time that she left home.
Yeah, and
So
and
that
the
was
first time
rough.
being alone as well.
Be alone,
So it was
yeah.
really a culture shock. I mean, like Arkansas really is a culture shock, considering the fact that I'm from Cebu. It's a very noisy province. When I
Mhm.
came here in Arkansas, it's just wow, it's really quiet.
Quiet,
I can
yeah.
only hear the sound from the train. That's it.
Mhm. Yeah, there's not much going on. So if you are a city person that always wants those noise, the city noise, you're gonna be disappointed because it's like the province in Arkansas, like rural area.
Yeah,
We
but
still have all the
good
modern, things, but it's not like Cebu or Manila.
But the good thing about it is that you can really save money because you're
Yeah.
away from the big cities.
Yeah.
So you can save money.
Yeah, you have to go like in Helena, you have to go an hour and a half to go to Little Rock, the capital.
Unless you shop online, like
Shop
I do.
Yeah,
online.
unless you shop online, unless you shop on Amazon.
Amazon would
Amazon-
have lots of us of packages for you.
Amazon and I are on a first name basis. So-
Yeah, Lisa, that's where she shops. All her presents for her grandbabies. Yeah, so it's just convenient. But I think Philippines also has Amazon now too. I think somebody tell us? I think I remembered in 2018 I saw a lot of Amazon commercial, ads on the by the road, so they were coming in. So maybe they're also doing that.
So maybe when they're bored,
Mhm.
because there's nothing much to do in here, they'll just scroll just like back home, because there are already a lot of online shop back
Yeah.
home.
But
So they're gonna be used to it.
You know what, a common denominator that I noticed first week was a lot of culture shock, crying, wanting to go home. So, and then they realize, oh, I owe money, I better stay. Or, my family's counting on me, so I better stay. But those are thoughts that are normal. So when you get here and you feel that, you can just express it to us because then like people like Maria, would say, I've been there, done that,
Exactly.
Yeah.
But like this journey will really teach you that you really gotta be tough.
Yeah.
You know.
You have to be tough. And she is like very much in control of her class now. Like no nonsense. Teacher.
Thank you. Thank you. It also takes a
Yeah.
lot of effort to control, to have the total control in your class. And also it comes with like you have to build relationships with
Yeah.
them.
You have
Like-
very good rapport with them and respect, you know, and I think once that's established, they, you know, some of the students, I have to brag on Maria, some of the students do not want to go to the other classes and begging her, can I stay here?
Yeah,
You know,
can I stay
that's a
here?
compliment, I guess.
No, go to your class. I always tell them
Yeah.
that.
So that's good. That says a lot that they like her class. So yeah, I feel blessed because I get to see them every week. So I have a contract with their school, so I get to see them every week. So
Yeah, and she also provides us good insights, or like whenever whenever Miss Allen observes us, she always give us good insights on or grows and glows on what to improve, because there's always a room for improvement. So she also gives us very good feedback.
Miss Lisa will have to come with me sometimes and practice with the observation tool that I created in Google form, Lisa. So it's pretty easy. Yeah. So we'll have to do that, huh?
Maybe someday I can retire and do that.
Yeah, that would be good. Mylet came once with me. And so yeah, that would be, she's off every Friday, of course, you know, so one Friday she came with me.
Well, the problem is, you know, my schedule and their schedule is the same. And so it's hard for me to get away because when I'm off, they're off too. So I can't go visit.
Right. Maybe when you retire, which is another year, maybe 1 year. Yeah. Okay. Well, you can just, you know, do what you can do here now. That's fine. I'm trying to go through the list now. I think Jonalyn Caruana, you're new. I've never seen you before. Miss Lisa Bailey and I are two of the founders of this organization, and Mike is pretty active. Maria is really active here too. And anyway, welcome to our group. And I told you, if you have not been here before, that I want you to prepare a 2 to 3 minute introduction of yourself, like an elevator speech. Tell us about your name, your degree, what you're teaching, how number of years, and then why do you want to come to the US? Okay, and I'm just going to give you the floor.
Good evening, everyone. I'm sorry. Good evening to those who are here in the Philippines, and good morning there in the US. Yes, I am new here. My friend, Ma'am Lila Saban, just added me this morning, and she's now in the hotel waiting for her flight to the US.
Nashville. She's gonna be in Nashville, Lisa. We're
gonna
Nashville, Tennessee. Yeah.
Yeah. So we met this morning. I sent it to her hotel.
Yeah, she's gonna be working for Vanderbilt University, so that's a pretty cool job. She's got her doctorate.
When we went to, yeah. Okay. Again, good morning. My name is Jonalyn Caruana. I am a special education teacher, but my bachelor's degree is Bachelor of Science in Commerce, major in accounting. So I worked in an accounting office for more than a decade, but I find myself stagnant doing the accounting works. So I continued my studies in education, applied as a special education teacher. And then while teaching, I proceed also to master in education, major in special education. I am teaching children with autism, ADHD, Down syndrome, speech and language disorder, GDD, learning disorder, for 15 years in a self-contained classroom.
You don't even look like you have 25 years of service, girl. You look young. You know, 10 plus 15, that's 25. You look young. I think she's got issue with internet, right?
I'm 50 years old. I am sorry.
Yeah, no
I'm
problem.
sorry. I'm sorry. My internet is lagging. I'm sorry. I'm 50 years old already.
Oh wow, you look young. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, I'm 55. So
You look younger also, ma'am.
Oh, thank you.
And then so with this children, a big impact. They taught me to be patient, to be innovative, to be competent, and that's why I stayed with this profession until now. So seeing my student because it's a self-contained classroom, seeing my student in a general education makes me feel proud and motivates me to be a better teacher. So aside from teaching, I also give to our new teachers in school on how to handle their students in the classroom, the methods and the techniques on handling their children inside the classroom. And also I also have workshops and seminars to parents, caregivers, siblings, and what's this other people who are involved in that child at home, on how to handle their children at home, on how to manage the behavior of their child at home.
Wow, that's good that you're offering that. Is the school paying you to do that, or you just volunteering to do that? To do the training and seminars?
No, to train and workshop parents, siblings, guardians, and caregivers, so that the program in school will be continued at home.
That's very good that you're doing that. Yeah, that's I think there needs to be an offering like that, right, Lisa? That for caregivers and for whoever's involved in the child's life, right?
Yes, docs, because we don't want that our program, the behavior program for our students, will stay only or will end only inside the classroom. So we want it to be continued at home, so that there will be more or less 24 hours intervention for the child.
Right, that's good. Yeah, we'll keep it up, and welcome to our group. I'm so glad that you came in. That was last minute. And
thank you. I'm very, very happy that my friend added me here and introduced you, Doc.
Oh yeah.
So
I'm putting my my email here, so you might wanna take it down and then send me your resume, okay? McCullough Merlina,
yes, Doc.
Email. Any of you that's attending and I don't have your resume, usually the first thing I want is resume and your cover letter or an application letter. I address it to the superintendent's principal and or hiring committee. Those are the possible people that would look at it. And then just a short letter saying about yourself, and then why do you want to teach for their school, and then resume, make sure you have a picture with it, and then it has at least 3 people to call for, because they're going to email, well, call or email, they will email them about you. So if you can get the 3 letters of references, that'd even be more powerful. Because what happens is that when I get it, I'll put it with my list, and the link to this list is given to all the superintendents and principals here in Arkansas, plus the surrounding states. So I have I've sent them, and I'm going to reshare it again once I've updated. I have about 187 people in there right now, but I have separated them by different areas also. So if somebody's looking for science and, science teachers, for example, they'll just look at the tab for science and they'll see everybody. And then what happened is they will get your contact info. They will contact you and will ask you for an interview by Zoom. And then, so usually if they are contacting me, I will tell them about the difference in time. A lot of times, some of them forget that there is a time difference, and they try to, get you to interview, and then you don't even get to sleep because they realize that is dawn. I remember a candidates that like, we didn't even sleep because we didn't know, we were not sure really about the time. So we just like kept it on. But anyway, so just make sure that you remember that if it's Central Time, which is Arkansas, Chicago, you know, in the South area of the United States, it's like our time here plus 2 hours is your time. So it's 7 o'clock here in the morning, and it's 9 o'clock there in the evening the next day. So that's what
Yes,
it.
that's
Not
14
the
hours
next day,
difference.
the same day for that. But anyway, yeah. But it is 14 hours. You are 14 hours ahead is what it is.
Yes.
So and when they switch the time, it will be 13. But just kind of look at it that way. Okay. And then when you know that you have an interview coming up, you can chat with me or whatever, and you could practice if you want, or I can send you the Josephine videos where I was interviewing her and I was telling her how to, you know, you could add this, you could do this or whatever. So it's a pretty good video of her. She did a very good job, thorough way of answering, and then my suggestions with it. So if you want the Josephine video, just ask me for it, because I think it should help you. What do you think, Mike? Did it help you, Mike, whenever and the others? When those
Yes, Doc.
interview
Yes, Doc.
tips?
Yeah, they can also find it, Doc, in RGC because
Oh,
I
yeah.
pinned all the links there.
Group chat, yeah. If you can put it there in the chat, Mike, that would be good.
Yeah, yes, Doc. It's already there, po.
Yeah.
All the links are already there.
Okay, that's good. Now who's next? Whoever is next, I have to get my glasses to see that. Lisa, can you call somebody, Lisa, that you can see the name? I'm just trying to go through the list here.
What about Christine?
Okay, Christine is already here. Yeah, Christine is with Maria. Christine, tell us about you. I was just in her
Good
class.
morning. Good morning, everybody. I need to transfer to my. Okay. Okay. Hello, ma'am. Good morning, everybody. Good evening in the Philippines. I'm sorry. I'm closing my camera because ma'am, I lack sleep. But I'm here. As I told you, I will be here. Yeah, and I'm new. I consider myself new as well as a teacher here in Arkansas. I've been teaching for like 6 months already here in Arkansas, and if I can share the experience, it's a long process, especially with the classroom management, with how we deal with our students, especially with the adjustment period. It took me like 4 months, 5 months, because I realized after the winter break, that is the moment where the kids warmed up with me. They're no longer as as I consider them the first time that I am here. So it's a long process even until now that I have already built this connection with them, this relationship with them. I am still struggling. But overall, it's a nice life experience actually, because it will not help you grow only as a professional teacher, but as a human being as well. It will lead you more closer to God. I mean,
you pray a lot.
For real, every night, every day before you went to school, you have to pray, Lord, this is for you. I cannot do anything about this anymore. I lift this up to you. Please give me a favor. Please be be my savior today. Especially since I have yeah, Miss Dr. Merlina was there when was that, Thursday?
Yeah, yes, I was there Thursday.
And you observed my 11th grade my 11th grade class. Most of them are athletes and they are bigger than me.
Yeah.
And they are louder than me. So yeah, it's a struggle. At the same time, when you get through that struggle, it's you will really celebrate, and you will find, you will be proud of yourself and the people that help you, because it will eventually help you grow, not only as a teacher, but yeah, as an individual as well.
Yeah.
So even though people would say teaching here in America, yeah, entirely in America is a tough job, but yeah, it will make you a tough person as well, because reality is tough.
Yeah, but you know, Christine always says she struggles, but when you watch her in her classroom, she's impressive. She's very good, good rapport with her students. Her students are performing, doing role play, doing all these active things. So, so unless she tells me that she's really struggling, I would not have been able to tell that because she looks so professional and so amazing in her classroom, just like
Thank you,
Maria.
ma'am.
Yeah. So both of them, I'm proud of them. So yeah, so I have to publicly compliment you here, Christine.
But we cannot do that actually. I mean, personally, I cannot do that without your help, without Maria's
Thank
help,
you.
without everybody here, because it's a
What-
nice environment in the sense that everybody is helping. Yeah, everybody.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yep.
it's nice because you are living here in a new place, new environment, new people. So yeah, the adjustment and the struggle and the pressure. Oh my God, put it all together. It's too much.
Yeah,
But yeah, with people helping each other too, yeah,
that helps.
that helps.
Yeah, and you have a friend like you and Maria are really good, really great friends now. So that's nice to have that support also, with friendship, right?
Unfortunately, though, the AFAM is here, so I'm gonna kick the AFAM out.
The what out?
I'm gonna kick the AFAM out of the equation,
She
ma'am.
means my boyfriend.
Oh, okay. Oh no, okay. Gotcha. Before you know it, she's gonna be reporting her own, right?
My
Anyway,
goodness.
we'll work on that. Hi, Miss Incorporado, this is Maria's mama over here. Si
Yeah.
Marlene. Welcome. Thank you for attending. I'm trying to talk Maria into convincing you to come.
Yeah.
Coming here in the
Finally.
would be nice. Huh? Yeah, tell us more about you.
Okay, so good morning there and good morning here in the Philippines. My name is Marlene Incorporado. I am a mother of Maria Feliz, a tough woman there, small but terrible, my daughter. So now I am teaching in Pasig Elementary School. But before I was graduated in Cebu State College. Now it is the Cebu Normal University. Bachelor of Secondary Education, major in Social Science. I'm teaching before in Pasig Night High School, but I was not able. I wasn't happy, so I was transferred to. I took pre-elementary education in CTU here in Cebu City. Yes, then I apply in Department of Education here in Cebu City as an elementary teacher. So I was a CPET scholar.
Good job.
Major in CPET scholar, major in science, teaching in science for elementary.
Oh, you'll be an asset to a school. Yeah, you have lots of experiences.
Of course, that's experience the best teaching here.
Yeah,
and then I am in 13 years for my elementary years here in Cebu City. So my daughter encouraged me to come in, to join there and explore. So the reason this is my first time in attending the Zoom because I think February 11, I was very tired for our family day. So I have my I have my sore throat here.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad you're doing better.
Causing of teaching, every day, Monday to Friday. As the attitude of every learner different attitude.
Right. How many students do you have in your classroom, Marlene?
Now today I have 41 learners.
Lisa, can you imagine 41 students, Lisa?
I am in teaching grade 6 science.
Here, I think the limit for grade 6 is 27.
Wow,
I think 27
good.
is the most that they can have. When I was teaching 15 years. Most of the number would be 13, 14, 15, 16. 1 year I had 19, but that's about it because I taught in a small school. And so you will, that number will kind of surprise you because in the Philippines, they are like, with this long desk and 4 people in one desk, body to body. And there's no way American kids would put up with that. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's it. That's I experienced here. So I love. That's why because you are a teacher, so you should love your
job.
pupils, so your learners. You love your
Right.
teaching.
Yeah.
Teach them well to be good and so on. So that's why I'm going. I'm I would like to explore more here there in Kansas, whatever cities that to explore and to learn more about
Are you wanting to just
teaching.
to be a tourist, or do you want to work here?
Yeah, I still wanted to work
Just just be a tourist, or to work as a teacher here?
work as a teacher.
Oh, okay. Well, what I'm doing is I'm talking to the administrators of especially Brinkley and Helena, that we have families of our teachers already, husbands, wives, mothers, or whatever, that relatives, and that they, you know, I told them that, you know, if it's possible to interview them, because that would be an extra support for our teachers here already. Because Lisa, don't you think that's good, Lisa? You know how they do your athlete, you know, your athletic directors and whatever, they always hire their wives. Yeah, same thing here. And so hopefully, I think Helena has some elementary opening, but they don't know yet. What happened is that they have a letter of intent, which is a paperwork that teachers will write, will sign if they're coming back or not. And most schools are having it, like February, March. So usually at the end of March, it's due. So a lot of times the interviews are starting April. So April and May and June, they will be really actively looking. So that's why I really want people to, you know, go to www.schoolspring.com, and you can filter what state you want to be in. Yeah, remember, Arkansas would be my priority because you're close to me and Lisa here, and for support. But of course, if you'd rather have other states, like if you want warm climate where you don't have snow, you will pick California, Florida, or Hawaii. We have a couple, we have a husband and wife team that just got hired in Hawaii. You know, that was really active here. I was hoping that they'll come back and talk to us, but they just came.
Maybe they could find me a job.
Yeah, Lisa, right? When I went there last month, oh gosh, I wanted to move there. It's so beautiful.
Beautiful.
Yeah, it's so beautiful. It's just expensive, but it's beautiful. Yeah, my daughter lives there. So if they ever have a baby, I think I'm moving there. Yeah. Anyway, welcome again, Marlene. And so we are hoping that God would make it happen, that you'll end up here, and Maria will be happy about that too.
Yes.
You know, having
I'll
Mama
be
here.
most definitely happy.
Yeah,
So
I remembered coming here in 87, and I missed my mom, you know, so much that within 6 months I came back home to visit, because I was just crying and so upset because I missed my mom. So I understand that that's rough, you know, that's hard. So yeah. All right, next one. Who wants to come on next and talk to us? Idini, I've talked to you before, but how are you doing? Have you applied in any of the schools?
Yes, ma'am. I applied to other agencies as well.
Okay. So what did you discover? I mean, have you had any interviews yet?
I had an interview with an HR in Texas.
Okay.
As well as there's an interview as well from Florida.
Good.
Yeah,
Those are two states that are good.
Yeah, but I didn't have any results yet. But from Texas, from Texas, I just had from HR, and she said that there's going to be a principal interview by March.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, good luck on it. I think you're gonna do well. If you want me to practice with you, just let me know, and we can do an one-on-one practice, and I'll ask you questions.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Yeah. And I think I have sent you all the interview tips. There's a PowerPoint, and there's like so questions and some possible answers. So that would be good. So between those and the video should be helpful, I hope.
Yes, ma'am. But I would love also to be there, because I know I have seen your pictures, like you're posting the pictures that you're visiting the teachers and those schools.
Yeah, it's kind of
nice
fun to
that
see
you're
them.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, because what I'm thinking is that whoever comes first, or I mean, not like that, like whoever has the offer to interview me, I'll be there, because the more practice, the better.
Yeah, I think so.
I'm getting,
I think so. That's why, you know, if you want to practice with me, I'll be able to tell you some things that you might want to do more. What I'm noticing is when I practice with people is generic answers. If you just answer, you know, for example, lifelong, to be a lifelong learner, those are really generic things. You need to be specific. You know, what are your goals really? What are you wanting to, you know, to do as a teacher or as a person here coming to the US? what are your goals, life goals, not just a lifelong learner. That's just very vague. And if you're being asked about certain situations, like how do you deal with students that are unmotivated, they would not say lazy, they would just say unmotivated. So what do you do about that? So think about somebody in your previous students possibly, and you just tell them exactly what you did. And just remember that you have to include communication with parents. You cannot just do it yourself. You have to always involve the parents because they are your partners in education. And of course, also if it's really big enough where you have an issue with a student, that make sure that the principal also knows, so that if a angry parent come in, the principal will not be blindsided and did not know what's going on. So always tell the principal that, I have this parent that's very unhappy, and if we cannot resolve it at this level, they may be going to you. So I always did that. I always I always appreciated that when I was a, administrator, that when my teachers would give me a warning, because a lot of times, especially with they have somebody that might be looking mean or acting so mean, you want your principal there. You want somebody to be there. Although in America, if they ever try to hit you or do anything, they could be in jail. You can call the cops, but they're not going to do that. But some of them just have this big voice that might be scary to you. So just remember, your administrator will be there to support you. You have anything to add to that, Lisa? Is Lisa still here? Anyway, so yeah, just remember that you are not alone, never alone. And so so angry parents, just remember, you listen to them. You do not just like talk over them. I said that before many times, that I would sit down and I would actually take a piece of paper and I would actually take notes on what they said, bulleted. And then when they finish, I'd say, this is what I have. This is what I got. And then I would tell them my bullets. And I would say, is there any more that, I need to add? This is how I understand this. So what do you think is, let's come up with a solution together. How do you see this being resolved? So it's more of a conversation instead of like being defensive about it. So
Yeah, that was the one thing I was going to say is the less defensive you are and the more competent you appear, the more likely you are to resolve the issue yourself and not let it escalate to administration.
Right. It's very calm, right?
Yeah.
And not be defensive.
Calm and be a good listener, and then be a good communicator.
Mm-hmm. Yep, that's it, because they just really want to be heard. A lot of times they just want to be heard. They complain about something, and sometimes it might be something else, but you kind of have to read between the lines. One of my examples was this one really big guy coming into my office and complaining about our dress code, because his daughter had this, was sent home because, whenever you put your hand down, it has to touch material, and hers did not. So she was sent back home. And then he was complaining about how our cheerleaders have really, really, really short outfits. So I had to talk to him about, where these things are happening. This is a classroom, and here's the one happening in the playground. That's totally different context. But we talked about it, and by the time he left my office, it was fine. We just talk about, we really are after what's good for your child. You don't want your child to be, to be, stared at by people or whatever. We want to protect your child. We want her to be able to learn without any distraction. That's what it is. We're not trying to get your child, So anyway, so after when he left, then he was fine. So, but that's your goal. Sometimes you cannot make that happen. And so then the next level will have to be the principal, right? And some of them would even go straight to the superintendent and will not go to, the protocol. But that's okay. They'll get it resolved. So do you have any example of any parent angry, Lisa, or any student, unmotivated students that you could give an example?
I had a parent that was upset about a text. I had sent the letter home and told them that we were going to be reading this text, and that if they didn't want their child to read this text, it had a few words of profanity in it. A lot of secondary material does. And I had sent the letter home to let the parents know that. and give them an option if they didn't want their child to read this particular text. And the parent had signed off, you know, because I think a lot of times parents sign stuff and they don't even read it.
Right.
And but they had signed off that this child could read this text. And we were, you know, 3 or 4 chapters in, and, you know, one of those words came up, and apparently, I don't know if the child told her mom that, or I honestly don't know how the mom found out that, you know, the book even had those words in it, but she got very upset and totally bypassed me, didn't let me know she was upset, went to the counselor and asked to have her daughter taken out of my room.
Whoa, that was an impulsive move. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I, you know, and so then the counselor calls me and she's like, "What's going on?" I'm like, I have no clue. I don't know what you're talking about. And so then we brought the principal in and had a 4-way discussion about what the problem was. Well, you know, I told her, I said, well, I sent the letter home to all the parents to let them know that this is a very powerful story. And I feel like it's one that I think it's one that helps students grow in terms of empathy for others and better understanding other cultures, and how, you know, we need to be able to support one another regardless of what our ethnicity or background or whatever. This story was really powerful like that. And I said, that was the reason that I chose it. And I said, and you signed off on the fact that your child could read this text. I did not do that. I said, yes, ma'am. Here's the document. Here's your signature, you know. And she's like, well, I didn't realize that, you know, blah, blah, blah. And I said, you know, so maybe you should read more carefully, you know, in the future, and I'll be glad to change the text for your child, you know, but if you have a problem, you need to let me know and we can work something out. You don't have to go take your child out of my class, you know.
Yeah. But sometimes they that's what they want to do. They want to, you know, move kids over. Yeah, they have another example. Thank you for the example, Lisa. That's a really good one. Another example is a neighboring school of Lisa's too. You know, that one teacher, 2nd grade student, that the parent suggested to move, really requested to move her child. And you know what the reason was? Because she saw on Facebook that the teacher was going out somewhere and had a liquor or something in front of her in a picture. And she was so conservative that she wanted her child moved because, you know, because of that wine or liquor or whatever it is in front. And that's why I still, although I'm retired and I'm still a consultant, I do not take pictures of me. You know, I do have wine or whatever, but I do not take a picture of me with that and putting on Facebook, because they would they research about you. So just be careful about that, because they are very conservative in some areas. In Arkansas, we are the Bible Belt. What do you think, Lisa? Do you think that's right?
I would be very cautious about putting anything of your personal life on Facebook.
Yeah.
You know, it's fine if you know, post pictures with friends or whatever, but just be very careful. Like Dr. Merlina was saying, it's just, our society is extremely conservative, and
prejudice.
To some degree. Yeah, to some degree. I'm just definitely biased, you know, in that way. And so I would just be cautious. I would be careful about what you post on Facebook, because people can, even if that glass of wine wasn't yours, even if you were just at a table with some, you know, things can totally be taken out of context. And sometimes people jump to the conclusion before they actually know the truth.
Yeah.
So I would just say, be cautious.
Yeah. And that was really shocking to me when I heard about it. And sometimes it's they wanted to move their child because the teacher might have a reputation of like not popular teacher, you know. And so there are different schools have different policies on that. Like Salem, they have to have a really good reason. Like it's either a conflict of, like, for example, you know, children, siblings or whatever, you know, that whose families are not getting along. That might be a reason, but it's really needing to be a really, really grave reason for them to be moved. although some schools I know, like Little Rock areas that I have visited, they were pretty okay about that. You don't want this one, we'll just move it. But in a lot of schools, they really, once the child is placed there, they really want that teacher to keep that child. Sometimes it doesn't work. So you'll have to monitor and adjust, right? Yep.
I would just say most important thing is just to try to keep the door of communication open with your parents as much as possible.
Mhm.
Be very transparent about what's going on in your classroom. Just like I said about, using the text, like I put it out there, I let all the parents know up front that the text we were going to use had some profanity in it. And if they didn't want that they knew that up front and they could make another choice.
Right.
So I think transparency is a very key element of your communication with parents.
Mm-hmm. And the more often you communicate, the better. What I noticed, like, for example, in Brinkley, in Maria's class and Christine's, they have, students, of course, are high school, right? And some of them that did not, because they think that, oh, these are new teachers, they might not know what to do or whatever with them. So the more that the immediacy of it, like, I want you to call your mother now, or your father now, or your grandma now, and all that, the more that the teacher did that, it seems like the response was better. They were behaving better. I did that when I was teaching in Little Rock for 9 weeks in Lisa Academy, and most of my students were like really having issues with behavior. And so my first thing that I did, I had 150 students, but I called every one of them and I put all their number in my phone, and they know me. I introduced myself before the kid even get in trouble. So they know me. So all you have to do is text them or call them. Remember, I talked to you, I'm the new science teacher, and this is what I'm having issues with, please help me. And so all those kids are like saying, oh my gosh, she actually does just text or call, because you need their help.
I would encourage you also to reach out to parents with the good news.
Yes. First, yes.
Start the year with something positive. Reach out to parents at the beginning of the year and tell them something good that's going on that their child is doing. And then if and when it happens that there's something that's not good, you've already opened that door, and they don't see it as a threat or as you just, trying to harass their child or something like that. If you've already started building that rapport with something positive, then you're already going to be a step ahead.
That's right. And that's what I did when I introduced myself. I would actually tell them about my impression of their child. Child is so sweet, is so helpful, is so da-da-da. And then I did not know yet that child might be a monster later, but that's my impression. But yeah, emotional deposits, when you're praising them, is really a good way to do that, like Lisa said, because before you do a withdrawal, when they are in trouble later, you're going to have emotional withdrawal where you will be telling them something they don't want to hear, because as parents, we are sending the best child we have, and so we do not want anybody to badmouth our child. So it has to be taken very delicately, I think, especially if it's an only child. I think I had dealings with a couple of only children, and the mother was really, really cannot believe that my child did this. I finally just invited her. I want you to come and shadow me all day. Of course, the child behaved himself, but but it's really, she saw that it's like a different child. It's really a different child from home. But and yeah, don't be afraid to invite parents to come.
I found the opposite to be true in some cases. They will be behaved in my class, and then if their parents show up, they show out.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Yeah. I've seen that happen several times where I have, specific rules and parameters that they know they need to abide by. And then if their parent shows up like for a party or, something like that, and then they start misbehaving.
Mm. Yeah, you see that, because then they're trying to see how you're going to act with their parents there.
Right.
So yeah. And a lot of times you should never, ever, ever embarrass a child. Don't get them in trouble in front of their peers, because it's just going to be a fight and flight and you're going to lose. So always pull them respectfully outside, and then give the others, something to do. I always have a president of the class, so they take over. But have them have a little conversation that's respectful. Don't threaten. Just remind them of the rules, but do not ever embarrass them, because they will, you know, if you're talking back and forth like that with a child, you're going to lose respect, you know, from that child and the classmates. So yeah,
And
just
it will
don't-
escalate quickly,
Yes.
especially in the secondary classroom. It will escalate quickly. You know, and if you need to give yourself a timeout before
Yeah.
you talk to them, then, you know, then take that, you know,
Yeah.
I made the call to the office a few times and just asked one of the administrative assistants in the office, can you come to my room for 5 minutes? I need to take a break for 5 minutes. And they
Yeah.
would just step down to my room and, you know, let me go think about what I want to say and calm myself down. And then I could come back and talk to my kids.
Yep. Yeah, sometimes you can borrow your teacher next door and say, hey, can you please, you know, watch my kids too, or whatever. But you be careful also about leaving your class, really, because if something happens and you don't have anybody watching,
don't leave them unsupervised.
Don't ever. Yeah. Very careful about that, because if somebody gets hurt and you did not supervise them, you are gonna be responsible for that. So yeah. And there's so many things that, you know, in the things that we might not have done in the Philippines, but it's you know, it's done here. So there was some, I don't know if Maria or Christine or anybody that's here that's teaching here, or Mike, that we do in the Philippines that we, you know, or vice versa. What's different? Any policies that's different? I know, like tardiness, for example. How strict are we with being tardy in the Philippines? Is it a big deal?
Hi, ma'am.
Yeah. Hey, Leslie, there's Leslie. There's my
Hi,
people
ma'am.
here. Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
thank you for coming in. Tell me some differences, Leslie, of things that are happening in the US that's not in the Philippines. I mean, the
Well,
policies and stuff.
I mean, here in the US, they are very particular with the attendance. Like, you know, you cannot be absent, or if you are being absent that day, you will be report. I mean, everything is recorded. In the Philippines, you know, we give chances, especially with the tardiness, we also give chances. But in here, if you are really tardy, you are really tardy. And if you are absent, you are really absent. And, you know, it is always counted. So that's the difference between Philippines and, you know, the US. Yes, ma'am. It is really strict in here.
Yeah, because if they're absent for 10 times in one semester for half the year, the parents will be in trouble, because they will be turned into the state attorney, and they will they'll be going to court about it. And so that's why the parents will take it seriously, because they'll get in trouble too. So, right?
Yeah, yes, ma'am.
And most of the schools, like Leslie's school and Mike's school and Maria's school and Christine's school, they all have cameras in every classroom, in every way, anywhere. So just remember, it's there. You know, we have some superintendents whose hobbies are just like watching these videos.
Yeah,
in the offices, you know?
I can really tell.
And so then they know exactly what's going on. So yeah, so if there ever has any problem with when your parents were, you know, accusing you of something, for example, they can always go back to the camera and see. You know, I had to watch cameras in my school one day, because one of the teachers, you know, was sharing something, and I want to see, the principal wanted me to see what was going on, and we did not even see anything. But I do not know, you know, anyway. So, but they have it very easily. You just push a button and you can see the videos of the classrooms. And so you can follow the students and the teachers wherever they go. I was in Helena the other day, Wednesday, and the principal was looking for me. So she just went to the camera and started, you know, tracing where I was, and found me in this classroom. I was doing my paperwork in one of the Filipino, Maria Chris's classroom. And she said she found me because of the camera. Yeah. So just remember that too.
But
yeah,
that's how it is in here. Like, they listen to you and they watch you all the time. So even my superintendent, he knows that I'm teaching the different types of clubs in my classroom, and he was like, "Oh, Miss Cabuenas, how do you do that? The firecracker club?" And I'm like, "How did he know about this?" He was not in my classroom, and then I was like, "Oh, he was watching the camera in the classroom."
Yeah, you have to show that again. That's one of my favorite claps. Leslie, can you share that again?
The firecracker club, it's really like this. It's one, boom. It's kind of
Oh,
like
yeah.
that.
The kids love those things. Yeah, they have a lot of claps. Do
Yeah.
you do that? Do you do that, Lisa, in your school? I mean, they
Yeah, mine is like that. It's a little bit different though. Mine is you're the bomb. You're the bomb.
Oh,
You're the
that's
tick,
cool.
tick, 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 boom.
oh,
Oh,
that's cool.
wow. That's
That's
really
cool. And
cool.
you're high school. Both of you are high school.
Yes,
Yeah.
ma'am.
So I think they actually like that. I know
They
Leslie
do.
and
They
Barry
love
do.
stuff
Yeah.
like that.
They
Yeah.
do. Yeah. But anyhow, and that's, by the way, it's the second domain, a culture, a developing culture in your classroom, positive culture. So you're like a cheerleader to your students. So that's one of the
Yeah.
standards that you'll be looked at. So I'll be looking for things like that. I'll be looking for you praising them, but don't just say
Yeah.
good job. You need to say, I like the way that you did what. Good job on what? You need to make sure that it's specific. Do not just say good job or great job. Just tell the students exactly what you're bragging about, right?
Definitely.
Yeah.
Like the first time you went into my classroom, Dr. Merlina, like I have like a long list. You know, you were like telling me, if it is possible, can you do this and that? Or you were like giving me suggestions and, you know, some strategies that I could use in my classroom. And then, you know, I have like 11 things that I've listed. And then, you know, I narrowed it down as the time goes by. So I was, yeah.
And then
that
last
definitely
last
helped
time,
me.
when I observed her, I struggled to find something to tell her because she was so good at checking off things that I suggested that I'm like, what am I going to tell her to improve? So that's a good
Because
thing.
I listed everything, and then, you know,
Yeah.
I just implemented it in my classroom, and the next time you came in, like everything went well. So I'm just happy that you were there. You know, I couldn't have done everything without your help because
Oh,
it's gonna be a struggle for me, for sure. If you were not there, and if you are not, you know, coming into my classroom all the time, like every month, I will not be who I am today.
you are giving me too much credit because you are a natural good teacher, Leslie. I mean, Lisa, you will see this. But anyhow, she is just really good rapport with the students. You're talking about knowledge of students. She comes in, she knows how many pets they have, how many chickens, how many cows they have, and asking about their families and the trucks and so on. I mean, she has this rapport, respect and rapport going on. I mean, this kid's just really crazy about her. So yeah, so it's a
Yeah,
very natural thing.
yesterday, one of the kids, you know, one of the kids in my class, like he brought something to school and gave it to me. It was in a bag. He gave me, like, his mom told him that you gave this jacket to Miss Cabuenas, and I have it, like his mom's jacket. I have it in my class. He gave it to me, and I'm like, why are you giving this to me? This is your mom's jacket. And he was like, my mom told me to give it to you. So I'm just really happy.
I think some of these kids have little crushes on her, you know, this.
I don't know. But yeah,
juniors.
they would always talk to me about their pets, their, you know, the one that they have at home, what workout are they doing at home, you know, the trucks that they are, what is happening to the truck that they have just bought. Like, you know, Miss Cabuenas, I just changed the wheels, and I'm like, the next day I would ask them about it. So what happened? Is your truck okay now? And they were like, oh my God, I have to spend this much money for my truck. So I would just listen to them, like,
Yeah.
you know.
And I think that's important because your knowledge students, you are building that relationship that some students may not behave in the other classroom, but they really behave with you because you have formed that relationship and they'll do anything for you. And that's what her kids are. They like do anything for her.
I am trying to really figure them out. Like one of the kids in my class, the first period, he would come in really like cranky all the time because I'm teaching special education. He would come in cranky, like, and I know he, you know, the way to light him up in the classroom. I would, like, when he comes in, he would not tell me anything. He would just sit down and be quiet, and I would like ask him, Kenny. Oh, I'm. This is not his real name. Yeah, he was like, what did you drive today? Are you driving your white truck or are you driving your Denali? And he was like, I am driving my Denali today. And I'm like, did you park in the same spot? And he was like, I did. And I would like go to the window and see, oh, you're driving your Denali today. And it was like, so that's how, you know, I start my day with him, because he would like come in cranky and I would like ask him about his truck, and then he would be, so, you know, he would like cooperate in everything that we do.
So you have this key to turn that child on, and that's a good thing to have. Yeah.
I just discovered that the things that, you know, would make them motivated inside my classroom. And thanks to your help, Dr. Merlina, like, You know, you were always telling me that you have to have the knowledge of students. Even back in the Philippines, we were just having Zoom meetings with you. I know all about that already. So when I came in here, so I'm like, so knowledge of students for me to be able to, you know,
Yeah.
communicate to them properly and, you know, be able to teach them well. So thank you so much.
Well, thank you. Thank you. You are just a very easy to teach person. So very fast
Thank
learner.
you, ma'am.
Well, I was teaching Lisa about the 5 core propositions of National Board, which is really good teaching, you know, because it's Danielson that was doing it. So it's knowledge of students, it's core proposition 1, knowledge of content, and then of course what you're teaching, your strategies, and then your assessment. And the 4th one is reflection, and the last one is collaboration. So if you just hit those 5 things when you do interviews or when you answer questions, you got it. Because just hit something on what you know about students, hit something about strategies you're going to use, and how do you know if it's working or not on you to assess, and then reflect. Did it work? Did it not work? And then who else are going to be the resources that you need to collaborate with? You know, outside
I
resources.
think Leslie made a really good point in talking about rapport with students. You know, my philosophy of teaching's always been, if you don't know them, you can't grow them.
That's right. Oh, that's a good one. I love that.
And so you have to build the relationship with the kids first before you can deliver content.
That's right.
Because if you don't have that respect and that relationship with them, it doesn't matter how great the content is. It doesn't matter how powerful your strategies are. They're not going to pay attention. And they're not going to be motivated to do what you ask them to do.
That's right.
So I feel like she is spot on in saying that you must build those relationships first. One of the first things I do the first of the year is I do about a 5 or 6 week unit on identity. And we talk about who are you as a person? What's made you the person that you are today? What do you want to share with us as a class? What do we need to know about you to best support you and to be here for you as a friend, as a teacher, as a class? And it really sets the tone for the rest of the year. And so I highly recommend starting with anything that you can do to build those relationships first.
Yep. Yeah, I know that some, especially our high school teachers, are worried about the content. We'll get to the meat, but really you have to spend time getting to know your kids. You know, I do interest inventory, learning inventory. I do all those things and introduce yourself in a fun way. Tell me something unique about yourself, and you know, things like that. And make me autobiography, or fun story about yourself. You know, different things like that. Although you're still, for example, in literacy, I am still addressing literacy skills, but the content of it is all about themselves, right?
Yes. I'm currently building a critical reading course for Virtual Arkansas. And I made that the first module in the course, because that way any teacher, once we finish this and upload it as one of our courses to choose from, any teacher in Arkansas with a reading background can teach this course. And I wanted them to realize the importance of developing those relationships first. I embedded poetry. I embedded short story. There's activities where they have to write. They have to write a little memoir, a short memoir.
Nice.
They have to give a presentation about who they are, like what has influenced them to be the person they are. They have to write their own free verse poem about in the format of who I am or where I'm from. We use that Where I'm From poem by George Ella Lyon as our framework. And so all of those things introduce them to, not just to me, but to their classmates. And doing it virtually is definitely a plus, because you don't build that rapport as easily when you're virtual as you do when you're face-to-face in the classroom.
That's very good. Yeah.
So I thought it was very important. And I was questioned about that, as that being the first module, but I feel like that's the important piece of doing everything else is establishing that first and letting the kids know that you respect who they are and that you value them as people. Because
you are building a very strong classroom community, and that's what you're doing. And when they act like family, they care for each other, there goes the rapport, there goes the respect, and you're going to have a very well-behaved class. You know, and sometimes that's what the problem is. We don't take the time to do that, and the students do not feel like you're personalizing your lesson to them because you don't know them, right? Lisa, let's use some of those activities for the summer thing. I like those.
Absolutely, we can do that for sure.
Yeah, we're doing some workshops together. Hopefully, I've done proposals, so hopefully we'll get to do it. But anyway, those are some really good ideas that you know, that building that relationship is really important. And also they want to know, some of the questions might involve, what do you do when you have a colleague that just cannot get along with anybody? How would you make the relationship with that colleague? Anybody want to answer that? How would you do that? Because there's always going to be somebody cranky. You know, there's always going to be at least one or two people that could not get along with everybody. I've always had I felt like, because my interpersonal skills strong, that I'm able to get to them by getting to know them. You know, one of them that I met in Salem, she was pretty cranky. Like, the kids were afraid of her. Teachers did not want to, you know, be with her. But I found out that she was really crazy about her girls, her daughters. So I got to know more about the daughters and so on. And so when I talked to her, I was always asking about her daughters, and she was just warming up to me and so on, and became so close to me because I care about her. I wanted to know more about her. And sometimes it is that. Is just getting to know that person, or a parent. Sometimes a parent will have a reputation like, oh my gosh, you have this kid and this parent is going to be a troublemaker. They would create troublemaker. If you get to know that parent, you're going to find something that really, you know, that's the key to getting that relationship going with a parent, right? Anybody has experiences on that, like with not getting along with your colleague because they're cranky or they just cannot get along? They have a fixed mindset and you have a growth mindset. Anybody had experience with a cranky parent? I think Idini might have. No? You're still in Thailand, right, Idini?
Yes, Doc. I'm still in Thailand.
They are very friendly. You don't have any problems with parents?
I had some, but actually here the parents, if they have some complaint, or if me as a teacher, if I have or some concerns with their children, I go to my head, and then we call the parents. We really don't talk right away to the parents and tell about our concerns to their child. Okay. It's like we have to go through first with our head, like the elementary head, my leader. And then that's the time, and then we call the parents and we come talk together. Actually, I had some of those this year. Like, we call the parents, our guidance counselor, myself, and our head. We talk together about the child.
Very good.
So we don't, like myself, I don't go straight right away to the parent and talk about the issue. That's very good guide for you. Yeah, that's what we do here. And but actually I had an experience of a cranky colleague. Actually, that was few years ago. She came from America. She's an American teacher. And I'm not sure why she's always angry. And actually, she's really my co-teacher in grade 2. I'm the other section of grade 2, and she's the section in the other, the teacher in the other class. Now, she's angry to me because it's like she's reporting to my head that it's like, why do I have to tell her what I want to do? Because I was the old teacher already in the school. So it's like we have to work together, but she doesn't like to work with me. So I really don't know why. Then I was really talking. I was really talking to her, and I knew that she's vegan. So I usually like talk to her about food, all those things, like trying to really make her talk to me and make her my friend. And then I could make her talk. We for some times we were really friends, but then I think she really had a problem because like when I come to her classroom, hi, like that. And then I usually talk to her, and then she said, oh, I don't really mind. I really don't care if you're going to come to my classroom, and just go see there. And then it's like she really doesn't like to talk to me. And then my head, our ES head, elementary section head, like that.
Mhm.
She also like asked me, how's her? I mean, how
How
is
is she doing?
she relating with you? Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, all those things. She didn't also really last a year in the school. She
Whoa.
left.
That
Yeah,
sounds like it's
she
not a
really
problem for
left.
you. Sound like that for teacher is a problem. What do you think, Lisa?
Yeah, so that was really an experience, and I don't know why. I don't know why. Maybe she has, I really cannot tell because I'm not so sure, but yeah, I had an experience about that. But I was trying really to befriend her. Yeah.
Yeah, good for
Like
you though that you
talking.
tried.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, talking about what she's into,
yeah,
what interests her, like that. But
right.
yeah, I think she
Sound like
doesn't
she had
like
other
me.
issues, maybe personal issues.
I
That's why
think,
she left.
yeah.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
but that was nice of you that you tried. You know, sometimes we can just try so much and then later on we're just like, okay, you know, we're just gonna have to agree to disagree kind of type thing. You know, that
Yeah.
that person is just not gonna be into me. You know, I'm just gonna be
Yes.
civil to that person. We're not gonna be best friends, but we're gonna be civil. You know, we're gonna be professional around children. I used to work with two teachers that could not get along with each other. I mean, I think one really escalated when this teacher's father was alcoholic, you know, drank and died, and then the other teacher was giving putting in her mailbox some literature about alcoholism and all these things, and I'm like, she really just got so mad. I mean, because the relationship were not there where it's positive, where this is going to be taken positively. It was a bad filter. It was taken like it's a criticism about your family. And they were having an argument right in front of my classroom. And my students were like, what's going on? So I have to like tell them, like, can you like step out there? Because the kids are like hearing you, what you're saying. That was really bad. But anyway, but you know, you will you know, we're humans. You're going to experience different things from different people. And so how we take it, how we respond to it is 90%. You know, that's how our attitude towards it. That's why you have to be a growth mindset person, an open, positive person. You know, you're going to look at it with a positive filter and you're not going to be a marites about it. Can somebody explain marites to Lisa for me? A negative Nancy. Somebody, hey, Leslie or Maria, somebody, can you explain to Lisa what a marites is?
It's the same as Karen here in the States.
Okay. Now, Lisa, where did that Karen come from?
I totally get that.
You're always gonna have a Karen. Say it's not marites here, it's Karen. You're gonna have a Karen, or say negative Nancy. They would also say negative Nancy, right? So anyway, so those things like that are adjustments sometimes. And also what I'm noticing is that with our pronunciation, because we, of course, you know, we speak a different language, some students are making it as an excuse, saying, oh, I didn't understand it, the Filipino teacher, because she did not pronounce it very well. You know, they were saying things like that. And so, of course, when the principal tells me this, I feel like, you know, you're all's mother. So I would say, I was in that classroom and no, that teacher did not have, if there is an issue with pronunciation, I write it down in my observation. And I tell the teacher saying, hey, let's pronounce this together. How do you pronounce this? Let's pronounce it together, because it is being pronounced differently in the Philippines. But you are pronounced, what was it? Leslie, you have a specific example, right? What was it? What word was it?
Yeah, it's you always do that all the time. Like it wasn't with me, but it was with somebody,
What
you
else?
know.
Perimeter
And
or
the
something?
accent was, you know, placed somewhere. It was like it was like perimeter. And then
to
you
the
were like,
perimeter.
it doesn't have to be that way.
Yeah.
It's not how we say it. So the stress is like placed in a you know, in a different syllable, and you were teaching us how to say it. So like all the time, if you have problems with, you know, something like that, you would always write that on your observation, because like I received an email from Miss Debbie, you know, our instructional facilitator, and she was like, Dr. McCullough, can I walk with you the next time, you know, you come in here, because your observations are really, really thorough. So I'm like, oh yeah,
Lots of
she
notes.
is really thorough.
Lots
She
of
is.
notes. I'm glad that
Lots
they're
of
reading it
notes.
though, because here I am writing all these things and I'm like, are they even reading it? So when you hear comments like that, that means, oh, they're reading it.
Yeah, I thought they were not reading it at all, but when they emailed me, I mean, it was you who sent it, but you CC'd me. You're like, and then I received the email too, and I'm like, oh my God, they are reading your observation. So thank you very much.
I'm always bragging on them,
Yeah,
but
but
yeah.
we're really learning.
But the
We are all
pronunciation,
learning.
yeah, so what I said was, if you have a word, you have your vocabulary, if you're teaching math, science, whatever, so you're going to have your vocabulary that you're going to be using for that day. I want you to go to Google and have Google pronounce it, or go to dictionary.com and have it be pronounced to you. And this teacher
That's
that
what
I was
I do all
saying,
the time.
yeah, I have 4 or 5 things on hers, and then the next time I only had 1, because she said I actually had Google pronounce it the way that it's done in America. So Google is very friendly.
Well,
use it.
Just being Filipino is not the only people who do that, because we have American teachers who are native to America who also mispronounce words.
Yeah.
I was in a classroom not too long ago, and the teacher misused the word epitome. Like you're the, this is the epitome of excellence or whatever. Yeah, epitome. Yeah, epitome.
I learned that too.
Yeah, and I was like, really? Okay.
Yeah.
And then I was trying to think. There was another one that a teacher mispronounced. She was the English teacher at the high school, and I was the reading teacher. We had the same student, and we were working on the same skills, but she was calling it one thing and I was calling it something else. And the student was like, is this the same thing that she's saying about, and I was like, yes, this is the same thing. And the student said, well, that's not what she calls it. She calls it this. And I was like, it's okay. Well, this is the same thing. So it took him, I think it took him 2 or 3 lessons to figure out we were on the same topic, but she was using different pronunciation.
Right. Oh dear. So that's just something that you observe. And you say, when Lisa and I will observe you, Mylet, we are very friendly about it. I'm not using as a criticism. I would suggest that this one, this is what I would do it if this was in my classroom. I would do it that way. I will never be negative, like you feel little when I finish. No, it's like I learn with you. I'm learning this with you. And that should be the attitude about it.
The idea is support, not criticism.
Yes, and observing others. I've been really pushing for the administrators to allow the teachers to observe each other. Go with me and we'll observe so and so, and then because you want to see the style of these other teachers. And the nice thing about the administrators here are close to me, so they listen to me. So I would say, we look and see if we could see the same thing. Do we suggest the same thing? Did we see the same strength and the same weaknesses? And so, more eyes better than, just the one pair, right? Yeah. And so anyway, but the thing is, when you are being interviewed, you have to be positive, show that you have a growth mindset, that you're willing to learn. It's not, if you are know-it-all, yeah, I know that, oh my gosh, they don't like you for that, because that means you might not be teachable. You're so close-minded that you're not going to be, you already know it all. So what's the point, right? I have, or negative things like, oh, you talk bad about your principal. Oh, my principal was this, my that tells me a lot about yourself. If you're going to be negative in my interview, that means you're going to be talking next about me when I become your boss. So things like that. So you are being observed, not just with your words, but also your body language and the examples you use, right? I have sat in so many interviews, and I am so I take notes of like the body language, and I take notes of words that are being repeated all the time, like really, 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 really. I make a tally mark. I'm crazy. One day there was an interview, 25 really that this person did. But anyway, but it's really now see, I'm doing that now, but it's about your passion, showing that you're really passionate about education, that you're excited about it. And that's one thing that I also noticed. Like some of the teachers that I've observed are not excited about it. Like, oh, so so like bored to death about their own lesson. And I make a comment about that. So if you didn't get a comment about that, it's not you. But anyway, but if there is a comment about that, like show that you're, I'm very passionate about literacy. So when I'm talking about it, my eyes are going to be lighting up, and I'm going to be so excited about it. But if you're just bored about your subject already, you do not expect your students to be also excited about it, right? because they can see that. 70% of our communication is actually nonverbal. So the kids are reading your body language. If you're just doing it for the pay and you cannot wait to get home at 3 o'clock, the kids are gonna know that. You're not going above and beyond, Yeah. So Lisa is such a good teacher that she her kids do not want her to move to retire. She's gonna have problems in 1 year that she has to leave. But anyway, are you staying in Virtual Arkansas, Lisa, or are you going back to a school?
I'm staying with Virtual Arkansas 1 more year.
Okay.
And I want to finish this course this year, and then I will teach this course next year.
Okay.
And try to work out the kinks, whatever,
Okay.
see if there's things that I can improve on before I release it to them to use across the state.
Okay, so hopefully you and Mylet could help me too, because we are expanding to other states. So yeah, okay, perfect. So anyway, okay, Mike, do you have anything to add? I talked to Marlon. Maria Rosella Jalen. I talked to you last time, right?
Yes, Doc.
This is your
I
second
was here
time.
last week.
Yes, I remember that.
Yes.
Oh, my memory is better today. So
Thank
anything
you.
new so far? Did you hear anything that you think you could use from our conversations here?
Actually, Doc, I am still in still in the process of having my papers, but though I have my Spantron already submitted, and so I mean my credentials already submitted in Spantron, so I am waiting for the result.
Okay, that's the
And
expensive one, so you have to come up with some money, huh?
I have to.
Yeah,
If I want to. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's good that you
Yeah.
did that though, because it takes time to do that. This is the evaluation of their credential, Lisa. Their transcript have to be evaluated by some company to give the equivalence of the US, what the Philippine degree is equivalent to the US under the courses. It's a requirement. Yeah. So that's good that you got that out of the way. Do you already have your passport and all that? Passport would be another.
Yeah, I am now in Qatar, so my
Oh, yeah.
passport. Yeah.
Okay, I forgot.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and then, so busy with my current school now with a lot of activities, so I'm doing it little by little.
Yeah. So you and Mike taught at the same school, or you just like classmates?
We are in the same school, Doc,
Yeah.
in
So
Philippines.
maybe you'll follow him, huh?
I will. I will. And I will.
Yeah, that would be good, right?
Hopefully.
Yeah,
I
well,
will.
thank you for coming back then. And yeah, I'm so glad that you are doing your paperwork already. Just send me what you have, and I'll get you started in the list. Okay?
Okay, Doc, thank you very much. But
Yeah.
I'm hoping that next school years, hopefully.
Hopefully, yeah. So
Yes,
if you
hopefully.
go to
I'm so thankful with this Zoom meeting. I just listened a lot of experience, a lot of what to do
Yeah.
and what's in there in the school, the actual scenarios.
Yeah,
there.
I think I think that's
ideas.
important. Yeah, because you're not gonna find it in very many places where they talk about
Yeah.
actual things happening, So yeah, I'm glad
Yes,
that you
although I am in Qatar, outside the Philippines, it's still a Philippine school, Doha. So my students are still Filipinos, sorry, Filipinos. Although some numbers of from other countries, but mostly are those the childs of the OFW here. So it's still a
okay.
Filipino.
Okay.
We still
So
follow
it's an
the
international school? Is it international school?
We have two schools here, Doc, in Qatar, the Philippine School Doha and the Philippine International School.
Mm.
So we are like international pa din, right, Sir Mike? No, but we
Sponsored
follow
by the
Yes,
government?
yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Philippine School, International School.
I see. Okay. All right. Thank you for coming back in. Hey, Giselle. Giselle is one of my regulars too. This is Giselle. How are you doing and your baby?
Hello, Doc. I'm
Hey.
fine. And my babies are okay now.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they're
they're
doing okay. Yeah.
bigger.
How old is your baby now? Because I know you had a baby back
Yeah,
last
they
year.
are 8 months old, Doc.
Okay. Yeah. That's and she wants to come to the US. That's gonna be rough for you to leave, just like Abby did, leaving a 5-month-old baby.
Yes,
But
Doc, but
yeah, whatever
I guess
God's
they're
will.
bigger. Lot
Yeah.
bigger than Abby's.
Yeah.
Abby's is 4 months old when she left.
Oh yeah, but she's adjusting. I mean, I don't know if Abby's here. I know Leslie is, but I think she's adjusting really well. I think their husbands, and I was going to have them talk about their husbands, got jobs now here. And that's the thing too, for those that are still out there wanting to come, if you end up with J1 visa, your family will come in a J2 visa. And I think Abby was saying that if you just go ahead and apply for your husband already, it's easier because of the interview. They really pretty much interviewed her, and then, you know, and then it was pretty smooth. But sometimes you may not want to do that. You can do it later. It is through your sponsor anyway, your visa sponsor, because it takes money to do it. That you have to pay for the insurance and application or something. So, and then have to save up money for the ticket. So you're talking maybe 3,000 per person. So if you have 3 people you're bringing in, you talk about 9,000. So so think about how much you're being able to save every month, and then go from there. I think the advantage of coming later is that you already know the situation. If you are you able to get a house of your own? Because a lot of times if you're coming by yourself, then you're able to stay with other people. Like Mike and them, they have like 5 people in that big house, you know. So April, you'll be there in that house. So it's good for you to have that support. But at the same time, if you brought your family, like Johnson, I think is planning to do, then you're going to have to find a house for yourself. And then you're talking about a house that has to be furnished. You know, furnished house usually costs more, because by the time you go move in, you just bring your clothes. It has a bed, it has living room things, it has all the appliances. So is that Abby? Yeah. Hey, yeah, there's Abby. Anyway, so tell them about your situation with the housing, Abby. Your situation with your old house in Mariana, and then now your new house in Marvel. Is she still here? Did I lose you?
She's here. I think she's muted.
Yeah. Tell us about the situation on your housing.
Good morning, everyone. So our house in Mariana was $800 per month. It is 3 bedroom, 1 bath, but our house now is only $450 per month. So which means it's a lot better. Though it's just 2 bedroom, but it's a lot better when it comes to finances. And our house before, including the utilities, would cost us like $1,000.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yeah, and it's
month.
2 months. Yeah, a month.
Mm-hmm.
But now, including the utilities, it would cost us like $600 only.
And then
so
you
see,
and Leslie together, so $300 a piece.
Yeah. So there's much big difference. So and our community here in Marvel is very peaceful, very quiet, and there's a police because it's near the school. It's near Marvel Academy and Marvel Lane school. So it's very peaceful, and the police is just everywhere. It's very visible. So unlike in Mariana, I haven't told you. I think we haven't told you about this, ma'am. But the house where we used to live in Mariana, there was like a shooting happened there a couple of weeks ago, and 2 people died.
Oh no.
So it's like a few feet away from our house, and I really said to my students, good thing I wasn't here in Mariana anymore. Like, I would be nervous until
So you're in a better place and a cheaper place.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. And we love this house.
It's just enough for you guys, I think. They cooked me supper the other night. They fed me tinola chicken. So sweet to do that.
It's been a while. So we missed you. We missed you terribly. And you brought Ate Bibi to us, and we had a very relaxing massage, and we slept like until Ate Bibi was messaging me, I slept, and then I didn't notice she left. I didn't notice you came back because I have fallen asleep, in the morning, I asked Leslie, what time did Ate Baby left? And she said, maybe around 10. I said, oh, I'm so sorry. I slept.
Bibi is a Filipina. That's a mother of one of my best friends here in Salem, Filipino best friends here. And so she comes with me to go to the school, but she stays at the hotel unless there's somebody that needs a massage. She was a massage therapist in the Philippines, so she's licensed in the Philippines, but she's not licensed here, so she cannot have a, work in the shop here, but she can do home service. So she's been having, every time they see her, they've been getting massages from her. I've been getting some in the hotel. So I was like, oh, this is the life, But it's when you do it here, the massage here in the US is about $1 a minute. So it's about $60,
Wow.
an hour. And hers is only 20, and we usually give a tip of 5, so it's for $25.
Yeah,
So it's not
25.
bad. It's more than an hour. It's like from head to toe, right?
Yeah.
And she's very
and it's
thorough.
very relaxing.
Yeah. So they're the two best customers of Bibi. But I think you deserve it. Yeah. So anyhow, I think every other week she's going to come. So she's not going to come this coming week, but next week she will.
Okay.
Is there any other thing? I'll share with them about your husband's jobs. Husband came here on J2 visa.
Yeah. So Alvin started his work about a couple of weeks ago, and it's a boot factory. They made boots for military. Is it for military day?
Military shoes, military boots.
Yeah, boots for the military, for US military. And he works from 7 a.m. to 3:30, Monday to Friday. And it's a lot better than just staying at home.
Yeah, it's a good pay, really, because it's like 1 hour is good for one whole day in the Philippines,
Yes,
So,
yes,
yeah.
yes.
So that's good. They got 2 incomes now. Yay.
Yay. And he is paid every week.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, he is
So
paid every week.
what's your plan on bringing your family? Because you have 4 kids. So what are you planning to do?
We are still thinking about it, but my plan for this year is I'll be going home in summer to visit my kids alone.
Alone?
I'll be going alone.
Alvin's gonna work, huh?
It would cost too much if both of us would go home. So yeah, so this year I'd be going home alone, and maybe next year he'd be going home alone, because we were thinking if we will bring all our 4 kids here, it would cost like a lot. Yeah,
Plus you have to separate housing. You have to either get a big house or separate.
Yeah, I have to live. I have to leave Leslie here, so I will be paying everything, all the expenses on my own, and I have to pay for the babysitter because I have 2 babies. I have to pay for everything.
Yeah, it's cheaper in the Philippines. It's just hard.
Yes, it's cheaper, and our dollar here costs much more in the Philippines. Like, so it would be, so financially, no, it's not wise to bring them here.
Yeah, but you're able to save every month, right? I mean, after you pay for all your expenses, you are able to save.
Yes, ma'am. And I am actually saving in the Philippines because, I deposit in the Philippines, not here.
But tell them about your tutoring. She's making good money on tutoring.
So we have this after school tutoring for 3 hours, 3:30 to 6:30, and an hour is $45. And we have 3 days a week.
So
and there are
145
times,
times 3, $400.
Yes, ma'am. So we also have some like field lesson, which is also related to a school program, after school program. So that would be like Saturday, and if you go to that field trip, it's still $45 an hour, and usually a field trip would last like 8 hours. So
that's good.
I've gone twice.
Yeah,
I've gone twice.
You're making some extra money. That's good for you. Good for you. Yeah. And the nice thing is, because she works until 6:30, but we have the husband's already cooking supper. So so that's pretty good. That's a pretty good arrangement, for you guys.
And also Leslie and her husband is sometimes cooking. So when we get home, dinner is served, and
They are such good cooks, though. All of them are good cooks. I always eat
Yes.
there.
Thank you.
Yeah. But anyway, they're not helping me with my diet, but because they're so good cooks, anyway. And what other thing that they influenced me along with Maria is the Korean dramas. Oh my God, I'm like addicted to them.
Oh yeah.
All right. So who else am I gonna be talking to that I haven't yet? Let me see.
Ma'am, permission to leave because
Yeah.
we are actually preparing to go to church.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you for attending.
Yes.
Yeah,
Nice to see all of you. See you
Okay.
soon. I know there are people coming, but
April's there.
Yeah.
April. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So see you soon, Ma'am April.
Yes.
See you soon.
Yeah.
Hi
See
everyone.
you.
Goodbye,
Thank you.
everyone.
Yeah, we're about to end. Yeah, I just want to make sure. Yeah. Bye-bye. I just want to
Bye,
make sure I
ma'am. Bye,
talk to
everybody.
everybody before we close. Let me see. I think Road Jane. So Mampan, I know you sent me an email. Do you mind
Yes,
talking to
ma'am.
me?
Good
Yeah, there you
morning.
are. Yeah, tell us about you.
Hello. Oh, all right. Hi, nice to meet you. Nice to meet you all. And I'm grateful that I was able to join you here. And by the way, I am Radi Jane P. Sumampan. I am 25 years old and I have a 4 years experience of teaching in senior high school as PE teacher and in junior high school and also in college.
Okay.
Because my major is Bachelor of Secondary Education, major in MAPE. So that's music, arts, PE, and health. But I focus on PE and health, so sports and physical fitness. Okay, and what else? I'm quite nervous.
No, you should not be nervous. We're just talking here.
Okay, so
Yeah,
yeah,
no
I
problem.
have, as what I'm saying, I had 4 years of experience, but now I stopped teaching at school because I was hoping to apply like vacant in the public school here, but suddenly because of too much teachers here, there's no vacancy, and especially in my major, there are lots of major here in the Philippines, like MAPE majors. And yeah, while waiting for that, I am currently teaching as like online teacher in a Vietnamese company. Like I taught Vietnamese kids English. Okay. And why did I get to education? Because yeah, there's no other job like education, because all the doctors, the other jobs is not like
possible without
they are not they are not who they are if weren't because of the teachers.
That's right.
And yeah, I focus on physical education and health, like collaborative and fun classroom, and it is student centered activities in school. And yeah,
Good.
I think that's all I can say for now.
Yeah, thank you. And it's nice to meet you. When you have your interview done, you might not want to mention that I quit teaching because you're really still teaching. That's not going to sound good if you say I quit teaching, because you're still teaching.
Okay.
You just a different
Yes.
setting. But your visa sponsor is not going to sponsor you unless you're teaching. So you need to be teaching. Okay.
Yes.
just a
Thank you for reminding me.
Yeah. Yes. And yeah, you sent me some paperwork, so that's good.
Yeah,
Thank you
yeah.
again.
I
Thanks for
already
attending.
said. Thank you so much.
Yeah, what did you learn something already from Lisa and I's discussion and everybody?
Yeah. I quite heard a lot, and like the culture, the salary, the
Salary is better.
experience they had.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's quite like for me also why I would like to apply in the US, because to be out of my comfort zone, like changing opportunities, acquire like professional growth, like individual, my personal growth as
Personal
well.
and professional growth. That's right. That's
Yeah,
a very good
that would
answer.
be better.
Yes. Don't ever
Yes.
say it's because of the money. The money is a given. That's going to be there. So
Yes.
times
Yeah.
8 or times 10, whatever you make in the Philippines. That's what it is here. But the trouble may be times 8 times 10 too, because our kids in the Philippines very different than American kids who
Yeah,
are
really.
independent. I mean, I'm not saying bad. It's just that you're gonna have to adjust to that. that our kids here are very vocal. They're going to question you, which we encourage them to question you, to question teachers, because then you get deeper in your topic if you are, if you are, getting questions from the students. In my classroom, I always appreciated the students that ask me questions, because then you delve deeper into it instead of just them sitting there. They need to be asking questions and processing the information. That's what I think. But well, welcome again, and keep in touch with us and attend as many as you can, okay? Sinando, I missed you. You used to come all the time, and now you're like a stranger now.
Hello, good evening.
What happened to you?
Yeah, yeah, I have schedule during our regular schedule, so I miss chatting you all. And
Yeah.
I'm also busy preparing my the documents, because I was hired in Texas.
You
Yeah.
did? Yeah, when
I
are
was
you
given a
coming?
job offer.
When are you
I was
coming?
given a job offer in Manor, Texas, and right now we're still working in our visa application for the Civis in the 2019.
J1?
And yeah, and it's good to be back here, and I would like to inform those teachers who are really aspiring to go to the US, that this platform initiated by Dr. Merlina is really helpful in in preparation for, especially in terms of the principal interview, and that will make you prepared, because that is the most challenging part in applying in the US. And just as tune in and stay and invest your time here, because by the time that you have this principal interview, you will be prepared. You
Yeah.
are have this confidence, because I think it's almost a year, Dr. Melina, when we had the we had the mock interview, when you told me what to do, how to answer questions,
Yeah.
how you mentioned about to how to tailor it well, so that your message to the principal will be will
Personalized.
be yeah. And then I remember you mentioned about to be specific is more terrific.
That's
No,
right.
and then
Specific is-
yeah, you have to personalize your answer. You don't have to make those big words, so that the principal will impress, but it's wrong. You have to make it more specific, so that the principal can really relate to what you are talking about inside the classroom. And when I had the interview last November, because I passed the principal interview last November, and it's a different platform, because I was given a 10-minute demo teach, in the form of virtual platform, in face of principals in school district, and I was given 1 hour to really show my part, how good
Wow.
I am in terms of demo teach, and then 30 minutes also for the personal and professional experience. That's the
Wow.
time. So it's really a new platform, and
Wow. What do you remember
when
what
I have
platform it was? What was the platform? Was it Blackboard? What
it's
was it?
it's a virtual teach. It's a virtual
Virtual teach.
teach. Yeah.
Okay. They're very
Yeah, I
thorough
was
then, sounds like. What lesson did you teach for your demo?
the school district given me a content standard.
Oh.
Yeah, and then they're giving me the format of the lesson plan, but it's not well detailed. You have it's up to you how you make your lesson really fit to the context of the structure. And it's a grade 5 science. It's more on making model of the sun, moon, and earth relationship. And it's a grade 5 content standard, and I'm not in elementary, I'm in high school, so that's quite tough. And what I did is really I integrate movement inside the classroom. That's how good I am. and I make a headdress here, putting the sun, the moon, and the earth. And then when I open my cam, the principal are before the interview, the principal are laughing at me. Oh, they are all laughing at me, and I see the energy that they are really, I'm getting their attention. And we are 10. We are 10 at the time.
Wow.
Yeah, there are 7 school principals and then 1 superintendent, and we are 10 in the room. And then
Wow.
we're given format, 30 minutes interview and 30 minutes for the demo teach. And that's quite tough because the lesson plan that you made will be scrutinized by the school principal. What and they mentioned about your areas of grow and your areas of glow. And that's what really really challenging to me in my part, and how to make those lessons really engaging, because I'm not used in virtual platform, because here in the Philippines we have this modular distance learning, and it's really challenging in my part. But
Good, sounds like.
what's in my mind is I have to make the best of it during the personal and the professional interview, because this is how I was trained. This is how I really good. And then for the demo teach, I really answered it the way how I understand it, and I'm honest with my answer. Mom, mom, because at the end of my lesson they question me, what if I can reteach the lesson, how will I improve it? Yeah.
Your
Oh,
reflection.
that's the question. So I tell them honestly that, Mom, I'm sorry because I'm not using virtual platform, and this is challenging to me in my part, because I am a kind of teacher who really makes movement inside the classroom. But we know when I deliver my lesson in virtual platforms, I have this difficulty, and then when I make it again to reteach it again, this is how I will do it. So I will transfer to a big area when students can move, and this is how we'll do it. And they really like it, because what's the best thing in that lesson is you'll be able to know how you improve your lesson. And that's how make me I'm confident that I really did in my demo teach.
You
And
aced
also, I remember you, Dr. Melina, when you mentioned about you have to talk too much. You have to talk too much, and then you have to tell them, "Am I talking much?" So that you can really own the moment, because you're in the spotlight. So you have to communicate properly. You have to enjoy every moment during the interview, and that's how I remember it. And when after the interview, after 2 days, yeah, they told me that they passed the interview, and then so the next 5 days wait for my job offer. And
Congratulations. I'm so proud of you. Well, we'll have to visit you in Texas.
yeah.
We'll have to see how far you are from Dallas. I have a sister in Dallas. So
yeah
anyway,
yeah
so cool. So cool. I'm so proud of you. I remembered you attending for the first time, and here you are now coming to Texas. Texas actually pays more than Arkansas. So Texas pay is higher than Arkansas. Do you remember the pay that they offered?
Yeah, it's a 62,000 per year, and
how many years of
it's
experience you have?
I have 16 years of teaching
Okay.
experience.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that would be comparable to Arkansas, I guess. But do you have your master's also?
Yes, Doc.
Okay. The master's usually about $3,000 to $5,000 depending on the school, but it's usually around $3,000 more. For national board, some schools would give another 5,000, or whatever. But anyway, that's so exciting for you. So when is your, when do you think you'll be coming to the US? Like, do you have an estimate of the time?
Yeah, we were given what I like in our school district is, after we get an interview, we pass the interview, and then we're given a job offer. They're giving me this the calendar, our timeline, and how we would be able to bring ourselves in the US. So they expect us to arrive in July 10, July 12.
Okay.
Yeah, and then they inform us that we were given 1 month before the opening of the classes to stay in the US. But they told us that if we will arrive before July 12, they will not be able to pick us in airport, so we have to find our transportation. But if we will arrive on July 12, then they have this vehicle to pick us in airport. And we are I think we are 49 teachers. We are
Wow.
49 teachers.
So how about housing? Did they get an apartment or something for you guys?
Yeah, that's part of our disclosure letter that they will be sending us, and we're waiting for that because they're still working on our accommodation. And out for our 49 teachers, for Filipino, I think we are 22.
Wow.
22 Filipino teachers. And
Nice.
some of them, some of the teachers that some of the teachers came from Jamaica, from Thailand, from Colombia, Venezuela.
Wow.
Yeah,
Well,
really.
did they apply to this school, or did they find you? Or do you remember?
We have this agency. It's called Minga House Foundation. It's a free agency, and you know what's only we have only to prepare our plane ticket and our allowance, but
Nice.
all things are free. And then it's really good. It's a good agency because they are not asking us money, but because this is a foundation, a Minga House Foundation.
Yeah.
It's
Sound like a
Colombia.
nonprofit.
Yeah, nonprofit. It's a Colombo-based organization. It's not only working in the U.S., but it's also working in other countries around the globe.
Wow. So is it
Sending
Minga
teachers,
MINGA? Minga
yeah,
House?
yes,
Yeah.
Doc.
So see,
Minga House
others might want to
Foundation.
check that out. Yeah. Do they have a website?
Yeah, yes, Doc. Yeah, I'll be sharing in our group.
Yeah.
I'll be sending
That
details
would be
there and
good.
how you could, because as
Yeah.
of this time they're still looking for teachers, especially the speed teachers. Yeah, they are still hiring speed teachers in Colorado, in Massachusetts, in Houston, in
Send me the information too, because I'll send them the list. Okay. Send me the information so I could send them the
yes,
whole
Doc.
list. Okay. Yeah.
Okay, Doc.
Yeah. Thank you so much. I know we are about
Yeah.
over. I usually try to stay for 2 hours, but Arnell, thank you again. Arnell, do you want to talk to us real quick? Because we about, I think, one more after you, and then we'll end.
I'm going to have to step away, Merlina,
Yeah.
but thank you for inviting me. I enjoyed getting to know some of these lovely people.
Yes, you get to see them in person pretty soon, hopefully.
I look forward to that. I do.
Yeah.
Have a wonderful weekend.
All right. Thank you.
Bye,
Love you.
everyone. Bye-bye.
Okay. Bye-bye. All right. So Arnell, you want to talk to us, Arnell? Is Arnell still here? Arnell Abio. I think you are muted. Let me see if you could.
GB Doc, he has a problem with the
Okay.
internet connection. Yeah.
Is she
He's
on?
now,
Is he on?
So,
There he
here
is.
in the Philippines, good morning, Doc McCullough and
Yeah.
sir. Last night I was this morning I just received the text from Jeffrey Reyes, and I'm happy that I'm here now in the group chat in this
Okay. Well,
organization.
I'm so glad that you joined us. Tell us about yourself.
Okay, I'm a teacher for 15 years in our school, Lapasan. I'm teaching science, biology, a major in biology.
Okay.
And right now, just promoted as the department head in science subject, and as well as I'm busy in the administration, so the assistant to the principal.
Okay.
So but I'm teaching 6th load in our school, and I observe teachers in their lessons, especially maths, science, other subjects.
Okay.
And then I just got my New Mexico license.
Okay.
So
Well,
I'm
that's good.
for that.
That's good that you got that. So have you already applied at any places like in www.schoolspring.com? Have you checked them out?
Yes, yes, Doc. I applied in Indeed and other. And I have agency like the name is Obigoro. It's a non-profit.
Yeah. Are they
Station.
able to help you?
Yes, Doc.
Okay.
But waiting for the right now the interview, and
Okay.
Mom Adet told me last night that she will schedule me for the mock interview. So
Okay.
hoping that I can make it.
Yeah. Well, good luck on that. And I hope that you end up coming here this next school year. That would be nice. So anyway, thank you for attending. And which do you have a choice of what state you're gonna want to come to? Either
Okay.
Arkansas or other places.
I'd love to be in Alaska, but I have a co-teacher before. Right now, he is in New Mexico.
Okay. New Mexico has a lot of teachers there, Filipino teachers there. So that's good too, because you have a lot of support, like like you form a community there, Filipino community. So that's good. Yeah.
Yes.
So I wish you the best on it, okay?
Thank you,
All right.
Doc. Can I have the video interview with Josephine? Because I already deleted that video.
Yeah, I'll send it again when I send the recording of this Zoom and last week's. I'll include Josephine's again. Yeah,
Thank you, Doc.
that'll be good. And so which one is it? Thank you again, Jonalyn. I talked to you already, right?
Yes, ma'am.
And
Thank
the other
you.
one that somebody left, I guess it's let me see, Melogin. That's the one I was EY. I think you're the only one left that I haven't talked to. Do you mind talking to us?
Hello, good evening, everyone.
Good
Good
evening.
morning.
Oh, good morning.
Yes,
Yeah.
good morning and good evening. Yes, it's my first time to attend this Zoom meeting. So luckily I was able to enter because I tried to enter the other month, but yes. Um, by the way, my name is Meligin EY. I'm 40 and I've been teaching in the dep ed for 17 years already. Then um, I've been a part-time ESL teacher as well after school. So um, I have to do a sideline or a part-time job, which as an ESL teacher, which uh, I have been teaching ages from 5 all the way up to 12 years old or even young professionals. So, yes, I'm looking forward to be part of the Filipino community or Filipino teachers in America because um, it's my dream. And aside from that, we all know that we are looking for greener pasture. So we're striving to improve our economic status, especially for me because I am a single parent. And yes, for 11 years, my husband died when my youngest son was only 3 months old. So
Oh,
I have
sorry
to
about
double
that.
my yeah, it's okay. It's part of our life. So I have to move forward, and I have to what's this? I have to improve my status in life, especially economic status, because I wanted to provide a good education for my 3 kids. I have 3 kids, of which 2 sons and 1 daughter. So I'm looking forward, maybe, but I haven't applied any position yet in America because I don't know what to do. So I really wanted to attend this meeting for me to be updated on what to do next or as I venture this my life would be in America. So thank you so much. And even though I left the class or the Zoom meeting a while ago, but I've learned a lot from hearing from Miss Lisa and from you, Doc, and the other people here. So I've learned a lot, and I've already a vision of maybe becoming one of those Filipino teachers in America.
Yeah, I
Thank
hope
you
so
so much.
too. Yeah, I wish you all the best. thank you for attending. And I will usually send the recording of this so you can review it if you want, okay? Whatever you missed. And Jeffrey Reyes, I think you may be the last one unless I missed somebody. Jeffrey, thank you for inviting others.
Yes, ma'am. Good evening and good morning in the day. I was actually listening to the conversations and I jot down everything.
You
I
did.
think. Yes.
Well, good for you.
I really enjoy listening to Miss Lisa Bailey actually and to you, ma'am.
Well, it's good when you have another person to go back and forth, you know, with, because then you don't feel like I'm just talking to myself. So that's good. She is one of my really best friends in this world, you know, along with my sisters and the other Filipinos here. She and I have known each other for about 20 years, and she and I worked together at the Department of Education. Very smart lady. Our office was just next to each other, and we would work together on projects, and we would train teachers all over the state. And now she lives about 2 hours from me. So that's what I was saying about meeting her halfway, an hour away, so we don't have to drive too long. But yeah, I'm glad that you learned something. Jeffrey, what did you learn? Tell me one thing that you learned.
I learned about the programs in the USA, the techniques, the techniques inside the classroom, the classroom managements. I learned a lot about them.
Yeah, you need to get to know your students, and your rules and expectations and procedures need to be consistent, because
and also I learned about the pronunciation, the pronunciation thing.
Pronunciation, yeah, you have to pronounce words correctly. Yeah, so if you're not, you know, my husband used to make fun of me because I would say, what did I say that? Difficulties. I would say difficulties instead of difficulties. You know, I would say things in the wrong way. And I always even told my students that I do not mind you correcting me, just do it in a very respectful way. You know, so I had a SPY award to my students. You know, I said I have a sticker, or, you know, my prize box that they could get they call that the SPY award. If you notice my mistake, or if you notice anything that I did wrong, and you raise your hand respectfully and you tell me, and you're my spy of the day. You know, so I did that so that they feel safe to tell me that, oh, you messed up, you know, without being rude to me. And so I think, you know, the same thing with my own kids, Stephanie and Jet. I tell them, it's mom will have mistakes. You tell me, but don't correct me in front of other people and embarrass me, which kids sometimes do. But anyhow, all right. So any last minute thing, because that's all that we have. I didn't mean to stay this long, but anything that you wanted to say, that if you know, I want everybody to feel like you are a member of this and you are being heard. I want you to be an important, you know, audience and participated instead of just being thrown ideas to. You know, we are a learning community here, and that's my whole purpose. Marlon, again, thank you again for being supportive of Maria and attending it. I know I've talked to your I've talked to your husband when Maria was with me, hanging out with me. That's before.
Yes, thank you. Yeah,
Who is this that showed
Doc,
up?
Doc, we have Mr. Jemar de la Cruz.
Jimar. Okay, yeah. Hey, you're new.
Jemar de
Tell
la
us about
Cruz.
you. Jimar, are you still in the Philippines or are you somewhere else?
Sir Jemar, unmute po.
Oh.
Hi, hello. I'm sorry about that one. Well, I'm sorry, Doc Merlina. This is my first time actually. I had trouble with the time because I am in Thailand and I just read your email. I'm so sorry about that one, everyone. I'm so sorry. I'm so late, I know. But yeah, welcome to me. Thank you for welcoming me. So I just read the email tonight, and I am Mr. Jemar Largo de la Cruz. I actually am from Cebu, Philippines,
I'm
and
from
I'm
Cebu
teaching
too.
now in
Yeah.
yeah, and I'm teaching now in Thailand. I'm teaching the university actually, and yeah, I am currently studying right now in Cebu Technological University online, Master of Education major in English language teaching. And yeah, so that is what I am teaching for I think 14 years already. I have been teaching for different kinds of learners, both online and offline. So
Very
I
good.
was a teacher in Dep Ed as well,
Okay.
in Sibonga National High School. and my bachelor is bachelor of secondary education major in English.
Well, you're
So
very
that's
fluent. I'm very impressed with your fluency. You are, you know, I thought
thank
that
you,
you live
Doc.
in the
Thank you,
US,
Doc.
huh?
So
So,
thank you so much.
so you're applying for English then? You're an English teacher. Is that what you're applying
If
here?
Yeah, if given a chance, yes.
Okay.
And I hope so.
Okay. And so make sure you email me at my last name, McCullough@gmail, and send
Yeah,
me send me the information,
yeah, I'm
and then
sorry.
I'll add it to my list. Yeah. So who invited you to come?
Actually, I added the group because if you know Mary Jane Chastain,
Justine. Oh
she
yeah,
said,
yeah.
she said that she knew you, and then
From
we met
Sibunga.
here in Thailand. Yes, because she's from Sibonga, yeah, and then we are in the same church, and then we met in Thailand, and then we mentioned about like working in the U.S., and then she mentioned about you, and then I added in the group, and then you accepted me, and then I during that time I sent my resume and everything, and the one that you told me, and then recently I received your email, and then I I read there the things that you wanted me to send. So, but unfortunately I did not do that one yet. I will do that one after this one.
Yeah,
So yeah,
the main one really, before you even do the others where you spend money, the main one is your resume, your cover letter, and the 3 letters of references. If you send that to me, you get your interview, you'll have time to do the others. But just to get into my list so that the administrators will have something in your folder, because I will add a link to your folders. Every one of you had a folder. And so those people that had sent me a bunch of their paperwork, that's better because they get to know you more. But the letters of references from a supervisor, a colleague, and maybe a friend would really help introduce yourself to the administrators. So make sure you find somebody that likes you, that would say nice things about you. So yeah, because that's very important. They really read those. So anyway, welcome, and I wish you the best. Please go to www.schoolspring.com and be looking, because everybody is now putting their ads now on on what they want. The more that you apply, the better your chances. I know that the one Mike, who was it that went to Hawaii? Mike, not Erwin.
Yeah, Doc Elvin po.
Doc Elvin.
Doc Elvin.
He was like applying everywhere. How I knew that, because he
Yes,
was always putting me as a reference, and I was answering these reference surveys because he was getting interviews right and left. I think he got so good at interviews because he was
both of
getting
them. Also his wife.
his wife, the 2 of them, and in Hawaii too. I
Both
mean, Hawaii is
J1.
one of the best that you can get. Yeah, so I'm proud of them. So last year we have about, I guess, 40 something people that came here from our list. So hopefully we'll get more this year. And it's not just because of me, it's because you also work on getting the www.schoolspring.com and then going to that list of your designated visa sponsors. Because that one of the questions they may ask you is, do you already have a sponsor? Well, what they're asking you is, do you know of a designated visa sponsor? The link that I sent you in the email. So make sure you tell them yes. And so you then the thing with the visa sponsors, they'll ask you, do you already have a job offer? So sometimes it's the chicken and egg thing going on, but it's good to be ready already. Try to go to their website and check out how to, some of them do not charge to just sign up with them. Some of them will charge. So be careful about spending money. Don't spend money yet if you're not sure that you have a job. So don't be spending thousands of pesos, because I don't want you wasting money. Okay, that's why we're providing this for free. I will charge a school later whenever I'm hired to help you guys. But right now you are all free with me because I'm really enjoying helping you guys. So anyway, thank you again so much, and enjoy your weekend, and I appreciate your time, and hopefully I'll see you all here. Okay.
Thank you, Doc.
Okay,
Salamat po.
bye.
Thank you.
Okay, bye-bye,
To
everybody.
see you too.
Okay,
Thank you so
see ya.
much, Doc.
Bye.
See you. See you soon, Doc.
Bye,
All right.
Roca.
Try to get everybody here. Okay.